Welcome back to the first day of World Cup. I am here in Texas Storm with Ryan Gray. Ryan, this is a really aggressive field layout. Everyone is talking about those little things that you really have to execute to make sure you get those points. What are those little things that are so crucial to execute?
Definitely being able to find out where the guy in the center of the field is and which way his gun's pointed. Also, just being able to make it anywhere wide off the break is really important. We really found at practice that it was easier to play the middle of the field very aggressively instead of trying to force bodies out. But we also noticed, like the game before, guys are going to the snake off the break, things like that. We did not see that coming in practice, but obviously just, great preparation obviously is going to be the key deal.
Well, this first match for you guys this weekend is going to be up against CEP. What are you expecting from them going into this?
CEP is really unpredictable. I mean, they like to stack up a lot of guys in the back. I would expect to see the middle of the field play like I think it's going to play. We'll see what happens.
All right, we'll see if both teams play the middle of the field and who gets the first point. Back to you guys.
All right, so Chattanooga CEP taking on Texas Storm. You can see there the different metrics as far as what you need to be good at this game: attacking, defending, finishing, and then that clutch ability. So, CEP and Texas Storm pretty even here. I would say that, Texas Storm a little bit better at defending than Chattanooga CEP. CEP's, they play a pretty wild style of paintball. They've been, trying to tighten it up, but they still have a lot of aggressive players. And then finishing, Chattanooga CEP, they have a little bit more experience than Texas Storm does at this level. So we will see, though. Game about to go down, minute and 28 seconds to go. Guys, what do you think about this matchup?
Well, right now they're down one player on Texas Storm. Smith is out not playing, I guess he got hurt on the playing field. You got to hydrate out here. I mean, it's very hot, very humid. You got to hydrate, stay conditioned.
And Storm doesn't have the Odell brothers that they had at the last event. That's two killers down.
Well, you heard Ryan Gray say that CEP is unpredictable. CEP is definitely unpredictable in their game plans. Ryan Gray is very creative in his game plans. Both of those pretty much mean the same thing. You're going to see crazy breakouts coming from both ends of the field. So look for Ryan Gray to attack that middle of the field through the inside, up there early or right shortly after the breakout. Look him to send snake runners. Look for CEP just to send runners all over the field. Look for a lot of collisions right in the middle, up in that X.
Can't wait to see it. I hope we get to see that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I can see that happening. Definitely Texas Storm. They're very fast, very aggressive. I like watching these guys play, but the finishing ability, like you saw in the metrics, their finishing is few and far between sometimes. They get a little too aggressive, and they all get up and run down the field and just get shot like we all used to do. Yeah. But I think this is a good even matchup right now.
I think so too. I mean, we'll see. I might have to give the edge to CEP, but it's a slight edge. Texas Storm could definitely win this match. They got Justin Suarez on the team, and they got some ballers on that team. And Derek Knight's legit. Mark Johnson could play this game. I mean, they have some killers on that team, but are they going to step up here, the most stressful event of the year? But look at this right away. Chattanooga CEP off the break, sending a player all the way up to the 50-yard line in the center to shut down that Dreidel side. They lose Robbie Goldsmith.
But also on the other side,
Storm loses one body. And there goes Mark Johnson up the middle of the field from that snake side can for Texas Storm. He's going to come through now, and he's going to shoot the CEP player in the back. That's Mike Zupa. He's going to come walking off. So trade out right there.
Yeah, that's what did you just say, Chris?
Yeah, man, bloodbath.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy in that center. And so sure enough, CEP, they send Zupa all the way up there, but he gets taken out. And now off of that chaos, looks like Texas Storm able to get the better of the field position as Justin Suarez is in there getting it done, trying to clean the field out. One player left alive, back corner bunker, as it looks like Dan Keene, last player left alive. And I don't think, did Justin pick him up?
I'm sorry, but, number 5 right there on Texas Storm, Justin Sweezy coming down the field, also getting teamed up with his boy. He was coming across the field, and Justin thought he was getting blown to pieces by one of the CEP guys and turned and just blasts
his own player,
Jeff Millman.
Oh. They're gonna have something. They're gonna have a few words in the pits for sure.
Let's talk about stat stuffing.
The thing was that in all that confusion, Justin came down the field. Nobody saw Daniel Keene fill out to the snake side corner.
That's what it was.
So when he snuck out there to the corner, Justin Schwartz was still looking on the inside, and Jeff Millum was coming down. He thought all the bodies were gone. And then as he came out into the wide open, Keene popped out of nowhere and started shooting at Millum, and all Justin saw was Millum shooting at the bunker that Justin Schwartz was heading towards.
And then he turned around and blasted him.
Blast him. Oh, man, that was classic.
Hey,
but
no one's safe.
yeah, Chuck Sweezy, one of the Ironmen coming over to Texas Storm, helping these cats out. Very, very good addition.
Yeah, he'd been on Ironman for a while, but just didn't work out with them over there, and now he's trying to, get it done with Texas Storm. So we're going to be right back. More of this Chattanooga CEP Texas Storm matchup. 18-12 still on the clock. See you in a second. All right, so welcome back here, 2013 PSP World Cup, man. Over 400 teams from all around the globe are participating in this event across multiple divisions. We got 10-man, we have the Ultimate Woods Ball League, JT First Shot, tons of different divisions for every level of skill. And it's been an awesome experience already, just walking around, getting everything ready to go for the webcast, just meeting people from Panama, all over Europe, Russia, Asia, Malaysia,
Everywhere.
Australia,
It's amazing.
everywhere, man. I mean, I think the only continent I didn't meet somebody from yesterday was Antarctica.
Walking around here is like walking downtown LA. I mean, you hear pretty much every language you could possibly.
Yeah,
or
for
Manhattan.
sure. Yeah,
But such diversity. We have such the pleasure of meeting all these cool people and cool teams that come here with their families, their sons, their daughters. It's a lot of fun meeting all these people out here.
Yeah, so here we go, split screen breakout. And Texas Storm on your right, Chattanooga CEP on your left. And let's see, CEP doubling up the stand-up can on the Dorito side, but they lose their Dorito side player and then immediately fill that spot. So CEP down a body, and it looks like 5 alive for Texas Storm, so they're gonna be on the power play here.
Yeah, there's Osvaldo on your screen right there. Chuck Schweezy, number 5, Justin Schwartz, makes out the corner, getting bounced. Good field position, though. He's in there alive, and he's got help on the inside with Stephen Jones, who's in that Temple and Snake, and Mark Johnson in the can. So Justin Schwartz right there on your screen going to work, putting in those cans across the field, going to help his Snake guy get across and on into Snake 1. Good teamwork right there.
But look at this, Todd. Looks like CEP, number 27, James Shaw, into Snake 2. He's in good field position. Now he's just going to move right past that, get to Snake 3. And he might have a shot cross field if he can make it. Ooh, looks like Storm player tucks in, and now Texas Storm closing the gap here in the Snake. Might have our first Snake run through. And here it comes as James Shaw makes the move. Nice, that was a solid, nasty move by James Shaw. Oh, did he miss him?
He missed him. He actually missed him.
And you could see he was frustrated. It looked like a nasty move, but he didn't actually get the shot in on number 11, Stephen Jones. So they end up trading out. So it looked like Shaw had a solid move, but he just flat out missed him.
And right there, Daniel Keene shooting down the lane. You can see him right there on your screen right now, but also allowing Texas Storm to get into the Snake right now, coming down.
And yeah, Texas Storm right now in control. Mark Johnson gets into Snake 3, and now he's got this whole side of the field. I believe himself. A good shot. Johnson right there, number 3 from Texas Storm. He's going to start wrapping on the inside.
Oh, and he gets clipped.
Looks like he got, maybe not. Referee standing on top of him. Going to call him clean.
Yeah, and that was actually Osvaldo Lopes in the Snake. We're almost getting it done for CEP, not Shaw. So it was Osvaldo, almost had it, but just missed his shot, though.
Yeah, that game would have gone completely different, probably right there. But Keene's still alive there in the Snake corner. Justin Schwartz does the cross-country fill from the Snake corner to the Dorito corner as he loses a body on number 64. That's Millam. Gets shot off the Dorito side. Justin tries to fill, but he gets shot. And now here comes CEP player. Oh, and going to shoot Mark Johnson after he was already dead.
This is exactly what I like seeing.
Extra.
Bloody knuckles out here. These guys are not afraid to go at each other. This is the kind of paintball I personally like to watch. They're coming strong. They're not afraid to just get up in their face, shoot them, or miss them, whichever happens.
Which happened on the last one. Poor Osvaldo. Hey, it looks like we got a replay of it. Let's check it out here. So here it is. There's Osvaldo Lopez, and he sees the foot. He comes around and just flat out misses him. and then tries to go inside and then realizes, oh, no, he's still there. All right, well, now we're just going to trade out. Osvaldo must have thought that he got the shot in on him. Let's look at it from this other angle. Yeah, he just blasted the bunker. You see all that spray coming off the bunker right there.
Yep.
And the guy's like, well, okay, he didn't shoot me, and now we're just going to come out and not so hey, good job by the player from Texas Storm to stay focused in there. Realize like, okay, well, oh God, he didn't shoot me. All right, well, now I'm gonna come back. We're gonna trade out. So looks like though CEP still able to tie it up. Scores 1-1. We'll be right back after this. All right, so we are back. This game brought to you by Avid Paintball. And if you're in the North Texas, Oklahoma area, they got great stores, open and field out there. And Ryan Gray, big supporter of paintball in that neck of the woods. They know that's what paintball is all about. It's about certain guys in certain areas of the world just trying to push the ball forward, you know, and Avid's one of those companies that's doing that in that area of the world. And, you know, also you're going to see commercials this entire event, all the new 2014 stuff's coming out, and support our sponsors. A&S is having a great sale. There's a lot of awesome new products. So, you know, go to their websites, check out all their new stuff, send them emails, hit them up on Facebook, let them know that you appreciate how much they support this, because if it wasn't for these sponsors and these advertisers, you would not be able to watch paintball. So here we go. Help us help the sport, help us spread the gospel. 15:26 to go. CP taking on Storm, and on the breakout, CP, heavy guns up, 4 guns. They like doubling up that stand-up can. Todd, you think that's a good move? You guys gonna try to do that maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Good shots on both sides of the field from that can, but it can get a little tight if they make it out on the snake side. And Texas Storm does get out over here, and they get up to the A right away. They lock off the snake side of the field, and going to pay dividends for them right away, as Osvaldo unable to check that lane off as he gets blasted by that player up there in the A for Texas Storm. You can see him right there in the middle of your screen right now. He's going to switch sides. That's Jeff Millam again, number 64, getting a confirmed kill.
And here comes another one. It looks like here come a penalty also. You can see the yellow flag thrown up there, and you're going to see another player coming off right there. That's number 21, Daniel Keene, taking the walk on that minor penalty. And that's going to do it for Chattanooga CEP.
I really like how this field layout's working.
Oh, me too.
I mean, we're seeing some bodies drop early, but not every single point. But, you know, we'll see when the Champions League teams show up and start playing and how things work out there. It's a little bit different. Obviously, the 2 professional divisions, champs and challengers, the speed of the game is a little bit different down in the Challengers League. So it's just one of those things. But I really just watching and these teams are good, man. So to see how it's laid out and how it's playing out, I really like what we're seeing so far. Score 2-1 in favor of Texas Storm. 14:32 to go. We'll be right back. So welcome back here. Chattanooga CEP losing to Texas Storm currently, but it's a close game. 2-1 is the score. And you know, what sort of breakout is CEP going to come out with now? They've doubled up that stand-up can, the back bunker, towards the Dorito side twice now, and lost a guy out of there within the first 10 seconds. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly down on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I'm down here with James Butts in the CEP pit. You guys are down 1 point against Storm. What strategies or plays do you guys need to get in order to tie this up again?
This field's a really good field for getting to the corners and getting there and then taking your time with the patience and wrapping towards the middle of the field. So we're trying to get to the Dorito corners, the snake corners, and really control from there. And those guys are sort of the quarterback. So just get wide and pinch them in and run down the field.
All right, 5 seconds. We'll see if they can tie it up.
Thank you.
CEP on your screen right now, and on the breakout, digging all the way out to the back. Dorito on the Dorito side, but he gets shot off the break. So one body drops, another body drops for Texas Storm. It's 4-on-4. And a move made by Texas Storm to the stand-up temple in the center, and that's number 64, Jeff Millam. He's been all over that center this match so far.
I love it, man. I love seeing people get up in there. That's kind of my stuff. But look at this run through now, coming through.
And he just, man.
Well, there's nobody to shoot.
Yeah, CP just got
looking
a bunch
good.
of guys. Yes, or not so much at that point.
Yeah.
Texas Storm looking good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Texas Storm, basically the story at that point was, we look over, see Jeff make his move up in the center, and then I immediately take my eyes back to the back line of CEP. 3 guys all walking off at the same time. And, I think there might have been a penalty. Did anybody see a penalty over there?
I didn't see one. But getting up in the middle like that, like Jeff Millman's doing, it causes so much confusion and problems that people start to freak out. Then he give you elbows, guns, hoppers, and that's when your back players, like you used to, Maddie, you get Thomas Taylor up there when you're on excessive, and you get elbows and guns, and people are freaking out, and you're clipping people left and right.
And that's one of the benefits of sending a guy, making that run through, is that, the guy going through, he might get shot. It's high risk, high reward. He might get some backs and packs to shoot, take some guys down, trade out with some guys. But as that chaos is happening, if you're a back player or just the 2 or the insert player, anyone behind him essentially, could even be the front player on the snake side. As soon as you see your boy run through, well, you need to get over that bunker as long as you're not getting shot at and start, like you were saying, Chris, start nicking those packs, trying to get those, the loaders as the guns turn. And, CEP just not able to stay alive in their bunker. Yeah, so we'll be right back here in just a few seconds. Don't go anywhere. All right, so the score is 3-1. Chattanooga CEP losing to Texas Storm, and it's been a pretty crazy match. And obviously we've seen 2 games where bodies are dropping all over the place, and it's getting a little chaotic over there. But that's what I'm hoping to see this. I wanted to see guys coming out being aggressive. It's World Cup, the biggest event of the year. There's a lot at stake here. These 2 teams are fighting to try to make their way back into the Champions League, and it's going to be tough for them. That Challengers division it's really hard down there as teams like long-time, big top-level teams like Sacramento Obsessa has been stuck down there. Sacramento DMG, who's had a lot of success at the divisional level, won tournaments. They haven't been able to get out of that bracket yet. And then we've seen really good teams like 187 bounce back and forth. Moscow Red Legion fought their way out of the Challengers division, and they actually were, and which we're going to see them playing this morning as well. But they were like, that was the best thing that happened to us because they were able to kind of restructure how they were working things and ended up paying off dividends and ended up doing well at the last event.
It's a reality check at the end of the day. I mean, the top level teams out here are so good. They're all pretty much equal. It's just who has a better day sometimes. And sometimes you need a reality check to let you know how good you really are not.
Yeah, and let you work on those deficiencies. It's a constant struggle. So right now, Texas Storm in real good field position up in the center of the field. Chattanooga CEP, though, they have the body advantage. 5 bodies alive for Chattanooga CEP, and they just need to drop the hammer here in the center. And Robbie Goldsmith on the run through, captain of the team. Now he's hunting for the last player. Justin Swartz comes off, though, earlier than that. So here comes Chattanooga CEP. Nice run through by Robbie Goldsmith, doing what needed to be done in the center.
Yeah, CEP were able to shoot out Derek Knight and Mark Johnson, who have both been playing very well for Texas Storm early in this match. And then once Robbie Goldsmith, RG14, the big man over there on CEP, saw the seam, came right through and stabbed Justin Schwartz right in the back. Justin turned at just the wrong time, had that snake slide locked off, saw bodies dropping, went to turn around, and just wore it in the back from Robbie Goldsmith.
Yeah, so CEP picking it up and not letting Texas Storm take that 3-point advantage. Now we got ourselves a 2-point game here with 12 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Are penalties going to play a factor? They did a little bit in that last matchup towards the end. Look at this replay. There's Robbie Goldsmith. He's been running some sprints. I mean, he's looking faster than normal out there. Robbie Goldsmith making it look good. Nice job by Robbie Goldsmith, Chattanooga CEP.
He's got that fly new CEP ultralight. We're used to seeing them in the green and blacks. One of the best things about World Cup that I love is all the manufacturers release all their new equipment. We see CEP, with the orange and the khakis on, the fresh new ultralight gear out there. Robbie Goldsmith lighten it up a little bit, quick with the feet.
He looked fast, man. Robbie looking pretty fast out there. So, CEP, talking to Robbie, I really like talking to Robbie. He's a great guy, very visionary, forward-thinking guy, and he realizes where CEP's at, and he has this entire time, even when they were having penalties before. And really kind of getting beat up online and getting beat up about the whole thing. He kept a real level head about it, kept the team with a real level head, and they just were honest. Like, look, we're going through some issues right now. We're going to work it out. They did, and really kind of running with pretty much the same core guys they've had for a couple seasons now. A lot of talent on that squad. The tough thing for CEP is, they don't necessarily have the financial backing that some of the top-level teams have, so it's harder for them to get good, solid practices in as much as some of the top-level teams. And also, they're from Chattanooga, they're from Tennessee, so they're from the Midwest, and it's a little bit harder for them to get those regular practice weekends against top-level teams, and that's the fastest way to get better. So they've gone above and beyond and tried to travel, get people to come in to see them. And, those other teams like 187, they're kind of in a similar situation. It's one of those things, you're only as good as the teams that you play against on a regular basis. So here we go. Now CEP trying to fight their way back in this match and tie it up. And looks like Texas Storm losing a body off the break on the Dreidel side.
Ooh, Clint Johnson comes walking off for Texas Storm, and so does Mike Supa for CEP. Osvaldo gets to his bunker, but he loses a snap shooting battle right away. So Texas Storm taking advantage, getting up into the snake right away. Crawling immediately to Snake 3, Stephen Jones for Texas Storm. Now going to start getting his gun across the field. 2 bodies over there for CEP in the Dorito 1 and the Dorito can. CEP filled out. Oh, and there goes Stephen Jones, gets clipped out from across the field. Good bump, good fill by CEP into the Snake side corner, but they lose another body. Steve Nicola walking out of that Dorito side can. Derek Knight and Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson looked like he just took a bouncer in the face. Referee runs and checks him. He and Derek Knight still in that Dorito side can, doubled up.
Yeah, and there you can see on your screen right now, look at this. Justin Swartz trying to get a little crafty. Backs up off the bunker to get an angle on that Dorito side insert bunker. And then you can see the 2 players doubled up for Texas Storm. They're going to need to get out of there, man. That's a pretty small bunker. Look at this. Big move by Justin Swartz down the Snake side of the field. He normally plays on the Dorito side, but switching it up, playing over here on the Snake side, that's where Texas Storm needs him, so he's doing it. And that was definitely a solid move. But, major penalty on Texas Storm. So even though Justin Swartz was able to get in position, it looks like a penalty is going to be assessed for Storm. That's going to completely blow open that Dorito side of the field. So now we got ourselves a 1-on-2.
Yeah, Justin Schwartz is going to be alone by himself, which is the same thing. Over here in Snake 3.
Alone by himself.
For the second time in a row.
Solitary player over here. Look at this, though. He's now making a big move down the Snake side, but that probably wasn't the best move considering he's looking at 2 bodies. So he ended up getting taken out. One of the best ways to pull off a low body situation is if you can push aggressively and it works, and that lane is there, then yeah, do it. But high risk, high reward, not able to work out for Justin. And so CEP is now going to tie it up mostly on the strength of that Mark Johnson penalty. So though Mark Johnson's stepping up for Storm, he has 3 confirmed kills. Not as many as Justin Swartz, who's got 6. He's leading Texas Storm right now. He's actually leading both teams in the confirmed kill category here, but not enough. And it's going to be tie game here with 10 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's a bad time to get a major penalty. I mean, it's tied up 3-3. There's 1 minute and 13 left on that penalty. You can't actually afford to have that right now. There's still, like I said, 10 minutes and 9 seconds left in this game, but still, major penalties, you get a 2-minute major. That does not come off the board, win, lose, or draw. So now they're stuck with it for another minute.
Yeah, minute 13, and unfortunately, where that really comes in effect is off the break. You lose that extra gun or that one of your 5 guns that you get off the break. Now you're working with 4, and then, God forbid you lose a body trying to get out wide, which is kind of what you want to do sometimes when you're in that power play or when you're down a body. Because if you can split the field and give you that little bit of time to work with, get that minute 13 off, and then get that guy out of the box so you can start contributing again. We'll see if that actually happens. We'll be right back after this.
No, Dan, not this time. Sorry.
We got in trouble in the middle of that match because we lost our composure.
If you believe in yourself, okay, nothing can stop it. If you know you're better than the other guy on the other side, that's all that counts.
That's exactly right.
Okay, it's as simple as that. It's all will.
So welcome back here, and yeah, man, we're going to have a premiere of the roster, the new ETV series, and it's the premiere of the episode 1. It's a 6-episode series, and that's going to be happening tomorrow, Saturday, here on the webcast live during the lunch break. So let everybody know, man, it's a fascinating story. San Antonio X Factor has been battling for a couple seasons now to try to, reassert themselves in the professional division. And, they took third at last year's World Cup, but since then it's been a really tough season for them, and that's what's being documented by Planet Eclipse and ETV. So check it out tomorrow at noon. And then now here we go, Texas Storm all the way up into the center. And he's going to try to shut down that snake side.
I love seeing that, Maddie. I mean, good aggressive play. You're down one body. What are you going to do? Get up in the middle. Shut down the snake side. There goes one player. If that guy tries to get out to the snake on your screen, he is going to get blown to pieces because there's just way too much of a gap there, Todd.
Yeah, Daniel Keane taking a walk early for CEP. He's walking out of that Dorito side can, but CEP still got a couple bodies over there. But it is all even up. CEP doesn't want to throw another body away coming through that snake gap with the Texas Storm player. But there goes number 76, Colin Cherry, out of the Dorito corner for CEP. So Texas Storm doing a good job of shooting bodies out, burning the penalty off now. 20 seconds left on that major before Mark Johnson comes out of that box.
What a great way to burn this penalty off, Maddie. I mean, look at these guys. Shutting down the snake side, doubling up the back center, shutting down the Dorito side. I mean, just all around great play right here.
Yeah, and here comes penalty. Mark Johnson wants to get out of that box, and he does. Can he make it out alive? Goes and doubles up with Derek Knight, number 32 for Texas Storm. And he's rolling his gun towards that Dorito side. And you can see there the lineup, 4 bodies left alive for Texas Storm. Or actually, they still have 5 bodies alive for them. And then now digging out to that back corner bunker on the D side. And he's able to make it there. So Texas Storm in good field position now, and definitely in the driver's seat as Chattanooga CEP has lost Daniel Keane and Colin Cherry. 3-3, 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Lots of time left.
Yeah, and look at the screen right here. All kind of on their heels right now. This is the 3-3 game. So now it's, back. It's 5-on-3 in favor of Texas Storm. CEP, they don't have to win this point, but they got to draw it out as much as possible without losing it.
Yeah. Well, Texas Storm did what they needed to do, man, on the
I was
power
very
play.
impressed. Very impressed.
Fought the guy out of the box, and he gets out alive, still alive actually as we speak. So it's up to Zupa, James Butts, and Robbie Goldsmith for CEP. Try to get a couple kills here and even it up. Looks like they got one on that Dorito side. Yeah, number 3, Mark Johnson, trying to make his way all the way from the box up to the 40-yard line, insert on the D side, and he ends up getting taken out.
Well, there's a little confusion there. They both took off at the same time, trying to go to the same bunker, so that's what got him shot. Mark Johnson actually, he got there last, so he had to get out of there and try and make the next move, and he actually, unfortunately, got clipped. I like this battle of attrition over here on the snake side. Number 99 right there for CEP. James Butts trying to get an angle on the center guy to get out to the snake side, Maddie.
He's working. He's trying to make it out there, but it's tough because the guy in the center for Texas Storm is just zoned up, and he has not dropped that lane yet.
Well, he's 17 feet tall. Yeah. So look at him. He's almost as tall as the A. You can see him on the top side of your screen there, just shutting down that lane.
Well, it was Chris, and Todd, it was Robbie Goldsmith that was able to drop that shot in on Mark Johnson. So big shot out of his bunker. Robbie Goldsmith able to drop that shot in here on Mark Johnson. But oh, now look at this. That center gets a shot in, but then Robbie Goldsmith, he dips out and gets a shot at number 64, Jeff Millam. So Millam had got a shot in on Osvaldo.
But in the confusion, number 17, Clint Johnson for Texas Storm getting in the snake, shooting across field, as you see right there, taking out Robbie Goldsmith, getting a shot across the field at the same time.
So it's been a gunfight battle here, and little quick moves from both teams and some shots made. And then now here comes Texas Storm using that body advantage that they have to take down Mike Zupa, last player left alive. And it was actually James Butts, not Osvaldo, that was over here, ended up getting shot for CEP. Regardless, Texas Storm, even though they were down a body to start this point, Clint Johnson and Omid were able to pull it out for them and win this point to go up 1 here, 6 minutes and 12 seconds. I think that was the longest point that we have seen so far.
But I like seeing that point was the quintessential have, some gumption, I guess you would say, Maddie. I mean,
that was totally
back and
gumption.
forth.
That was gumption for sure. That's clutch, that's gumption. That's when you see that clutch measure. A lot of people don't like that term, but if you don't really like that term, to me, you haven't really been in that situation, because it is a really good word. It's the reason it's been said for so long. I mean, NBA even has a clutch statistic, so And it's a very real thing within tournament paintball, and that's it exhibited right there. You got a guy in the box, minute and 13. You're starting down a body. It's a tie game. They were able to get out, get a kill, get the numerical advantage, get their guy out. And yeah, Johnson did get shot, but you got to give it up to the rest of the guys on Texas Storm who were able to fight there and take this the 1-point advantage.
Well, Jeff Millett, who's been playing really well for Texas Storm, was the one that was up in the center right there, and he had that battle with Butts back and forth, 4 or 5 times trying to work each other out. Butts coming a little wide, Millett holding his ground there in the middle, ended up shooting him and taking out Robbie Goldsmith on that fill. So another good point by Jeff Millett, putting points on the board for Texas Storm.
Yeah, so next up, man, we have the start of the Champions Division here. Houston Heat going to be taking on Upton 187 crew, and that's, a powerhouse team in Houston Heat. They've won 4 of 9 PSP tournaments that they've played here in this league in the 2 years of their existence. They are the 2012 defending champions. Upton 187 crew bounced back and forth between the Champs and Challengers League all season long, and they have been working for 2 years to build that squad. They've got a couple young guys that they brought on this season that they feel are finally ready to start contributing out here, and they feel they have this year. And then they've got, their 4 or 5 really solid core players. So, we're going to see, is Upton 187 crew ready to bang with the big boys? We'll find out here after this match is over. 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go. CEP on your screen, breaking out big on the Dorito side and on the Snake side, all the way to the Snake off the break. Did he make it in clean? As it's number 27, that's Oswaldo Lopez. And Robbie Goldsmith gets shot to break. Robbie Goldsmith, the kill count leader for CEP, with 7 confirmed, walking off early.
And Stephen Jones goes all the way into Snake 3 for Texas Storm. Right away, Texas Storm gets up in the middle again, but just gets shot in the head. That's Millum walking off right there for Texas Storm coming out. But Jones in great field position right now, up in Snake 3. But here comes Osvaldo, going to drop the hammer on Jones. Jones has no idea it's coming, and now Osvaldo all the way down on Texas Storm's side of the field. Going to see what kind of shots he has available to him. Derek Knight starts attacking through the middle. Osvaldo and Derek Knight gets a shot in on Osvaldo. And Justin Schwartz comes down the line as well.
So even though Oswaldo made a great move over here on the Snake side to try to break things open, a bunch of guys dying behind him, which is going to give Texas Storm the point. So just when we thought things were swinging CEP's way, nope, Justin Schwartz, Derek Knight, and Omid ended up getting it done for Texas Storm to go up by 2 here. Score is now going to be 5-3 with probably around, well, they need to blow that horn.
Well, Texas Storm, they have to be heads up right now. They're sitting there. CEP's got to recognize what's going on. Time is just ticking away.
They need all the time they can get here. They're down 2 with less than 5 minutes to go. They need to concede this point. Now, the way it works is you lose the point when the other team hangs the flag that's in the center of the field on your flag station, or you concede the point. Now, you got to be strategic with conceding the point. This is a little bit of an error here by Chattanooga CEP because they let a little bit of time tick off that clock. So now 4 minutes and 26 seconds, receive a little bit longer points here. Let's check out this replay. It's that move from Oswaldo. He makes the move. He sees it, head up, drops the gun a little bit, but still gets it done. But unfortunately for Oswaldo, the rest of the guys tied behind him, and it just, looking at it from the other angle here.
There's a long run.
Yeah, that was a really long run. But he was able to get that shot in on him. So,
almost looked like he wanted to spin right there. Good thing he didn't, because that could have cost him the points. Oh, thought about it. He changed his mind.
It's a good thing he didn't pull the trigger. So that was a great angle there, as saw Oswaldo getting that confirmed kill. But just not enough from CEP, man. Too many guys dying out of their bunkers in that point.
Yeah, and when you have players like Osvaldo running down the field like that, you got to pay attention and hopefully say, hey, let's stay alive for a second. But it seems like they do just the opposite, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we'll be right back here after these messages.
A&S Gear is having their World Cup Super Sale. We've got A&S pods for half off. A&S gas tanks starting as low as $99.95. We've got swabs so cheap that you can throw them away. You can get Nelson paint arriving at your door, $31.95. Jerseys, we've got them starting at $4.95. And pants, starting at $29.95. Shop now at ansgear.com and don't miss out on the biggest paintball sale ever.
So welcome back here. CEP down 2 to Texas Storm, 5-3 is the score. You're looking at Chattanooga CEP on your screen right now. There's Mike Zupa in the center. And now we're looking at Texas Storm. Clint Johnson, one of the better players on Texas Storm. And though, I'll tell you what, Clint Johnson's talented, he's got some experience, but he's actually, out of all the guys on the field right now, clocking in with the least confirmed kills for Storm. Mark Johnson has 3, Derek Knight 4, Omid 4, and Justin Suarez, the confirmed kill leader for Texas Storm, with 7.
You know, if you're CEP, oh, here comes the paint up. Oh, what do you, jeez. I just wanted to see the paint up in the middle. You have Jay Schwartz, Chuck Sweezy getting up in the middle there.
Yeah, I think he got another confirmed kill. Shooting Osvaldo trying to bump out. Justin Schwartz now in control of that center X. Looking to wrap. Texas Storm filling in behind him. Derek Knight comes out to the snake side temple. Omid there. As Muda, he's in the Dorito can. And here comes Derek Knight across. He's going to jump into Snake 3, trying to fill out, but getting clipped on the field. Justin Schwartz is getting confirmed kill after confirmed kill.
Yeah, he's chopping him down right now.
CEP tries to fill out to the Snake side. You know, this is what happens when you have a severe lack of communication. As number 76, Colin Cherry, he gets shot off the Dorito side. Just one body left. It's Mike Zupa, and he's going to try and make a move up the Dorito side, and he is going to get blasted in the side of his head from Mark Johnson and Omid Asmuda over there on the Dorito side of the field. So Texas Storm, again, in control by getting up in the middle of the field, getting early kills, and forcing CEP to try and make moves into their guns. So Texas Storm going to take a 6-3 lead. Going to be game point right now for Texas Storm with 2:58 left to go in this game.
Well, Todd, this is kind of a similar situation of what we just saw when Royalty played DMG. Close game early on, and then one team just started to assert their dominance over the other team, and that's what we're seeing right here with Texas Storm. And which is funny because it comes down to that penalty point where they were able to fight back, win that point, and they've just been off to the races since then. You know, whereas normally it goes the opposite way. Normally that's when you lose momentum, but that's saying something about the tenacity for Texas Storm. They came to World Cup, they realized what's at stake here, and we're seeing them really step up. And man, Justin,
yeah,
Chuck
playing really
Sweezy
well.
is having a game out here, man. He's all over the place.
Yeah, I like seeing Ryan Gray's, game plans coming out. Hey, what do we do? You know, we're down one body. We have a major penalty. Attack. I love that. Ryan Gray's seasoned. He's been with Texas Storm since the inception, pretty much, which has been in 1908, I think.
Yeah, well, Texas Storm, a lot of people don't know it. One of the oldest teams in tournament paintball. Have been around forever. Let's check in with Lori on the sidelines.
Hey guys, we have 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in this match. Storm is up 3 points, 6-3. I'm here with Steve Nicole in the CE pit. What is running through your guys' mind? What do you need to accomplish? 3 minutes, 3 points. What do you need to do?
Well, obviously we need to score the 3 points, 4 points to win. But the big thing right now is they're running up the middle. We got to stop that. So we're calling the right plays. What we need right now is good execution.
All right, we'll see if they can do that.
All right, so under 3 minutes to play here. Let's talk real quickly about the game we got coming up next with Houston Heat taking on 187 Crew. Obviously, Houston Heat favored in that matchup, but I'm really interested to see what is 187 Crew going to bring to World Cup. You know, Dirter Productions just did a great documentary about them, and really fascinating story for them. They've been, you watch that film, really honest with their performance, and I don't know what is going on here right now. A little bit of a miscommunication, I think, out there on the field as CEP. Yeah, so it looks like Texas Storm, I think, trying to call a timeout.
And the rule with that is, Matty, that you have to call the timeout before 10 seconds of the game. And I think they unfortunately weren't able to do that. And that cost them the point right there. So CEP is going to take that point. It's a give me. What a mental mistake right there by Texas Storm.
Yeah, just when things are starting to go their way, they let CEP back in it here. You can't call a timeout in less than 10 seconds. And so it looks like they are going to give them that point.
I thought it was October. Is it December and somebody didn't tell me? Because that was a Christmas present right there to get back in this game. I mean, 2 points. 2 points in 3 minutes is doable. They don't have to score 7. They just got to get even with Texas Storm. Maybe send this to overtime. A 3-point spread, it could have been pretty tough here in 3 minutes, especially the way Storm's playing. But, CP, if they can get a quick point, Texas Storm, you start to feel that pressure like, man, we just gave up 2 points in a row. It makes that last point kind of, sometimes the hardest point to get. So, Texas Storm, they better come out with a good play here, after giving up that point and taking their timeout.
Well, let's see. It's not official 100% yet, but I do believe that is possible that they get that point. But obviously the ruling on the field is going to stand. I think they're still debating on whether he was trying to call a timeout. There's a fine line there. You can say, hey, I was trying to call a timeout. So it is arguable. Let's see exactly what they say on the field. So, it is possible we're going to get that point, but at the same time, it might be reverted as well.
They're breaking it down right now, trying to figure it out, but it looks like the point is going to go CEP's way. It's just, hey, man, this is professional paintball, and at any level of tournament paintball, you want to try as hard as you possibly can to make sure that you mind every single element of the game. That goes to preparation, that goes to your gear, paint, guns, everything, man. Make sure, even goes to hydrating yourself, making sure you got everything you need in the pits, and that the pit is well organized. It's tough. There's a lot going on over there, a lot of moving pieces, and sometimes things break down. So this could be a little bit of a mental mistake here for Texas Storm. Like you said, Todd, just giving them a big fat early Christmas present here, and with less than 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Still, that's enough time to score 2 points on this particular layout for sure. And when you're looking at that 3-point deficit with that much time, it's much more difficult. But let's see if Texas Storm and Justin Swears out there just dominating today. 10 confirmed kills for Justin, and he's really getting it done. That's such a huge pickup for Texas Storm.
Well, in the booths, in order to call a timeout, there's a button. There's a concede button, there's a timeout button. I think what the argument was is they were trying to push the timeout button. It wasn't working. Our technical guys actually say the button was working. So now Ryan Gray is trying to, argue, well, it was within the 10 seconds. So, it's a he said, she said, I pushed, you gave me the point, I didn't get the point kind of thing right now.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things.
It comes out of coaching.
But you know how it goes. I mean, it's going to get lively in the pits. It's a lively no matter. Even at practice, it's lively with arguments going back and forth. It's kind of one of the things that makes it interesting. But there you can see Texas Storm talking over some last-minute plans. Probably saying, can you believe we just spotted him on point? All right, let's get this back. We got this. All we need to do is get out alive and keep CEP, because CEP's got to push forward. CEP has to push aggressive. They don't have the time to lollygag, get to their spots, roll their guns, try to work their way up the field. They're going to have to push aggressive and force it. And a lot of times when you're forcing it, that's when penalties come. That's when it's easier to get shot in those lanes. And Texas Storm knows what's going to happen right here. They know that Chattanooga CEP is going to have to push aggressive forward.
Yeah, I like the way both these teams are playing. They're playing very aggressive. They're getting up the middle. I think Texas Storm is a little better at it, getting up there and being controlled and not getting flustered. Like Justin Schwartz got up there, shut down that lane, didn't look the other way. He looked the other way a couple times, but he's still locking down that lane. And with doing that, he's getting gimmies.
Ooh, well, it looks like... Oh, so it was a button malfunction. So Ryan Gray gets his way, and he was right. He is vindicated in his argument, and so the button, or so the point will get taken off. It will be 3-6, and so that's a breath of fresh air for Texas Storm. Be like, if I was one of those guys, I would be sitting there. Thank God, this is going to make this much easier to win now.
Yes. A 3-point spread, we have that dreaded talk all the time about the dreaded 3-point spread. And we're at that point right now. 2 points, like you said, Todd, in 3 minutes is possible on this field. It's a very, very quick field. But also, so is 3 points. I'd like to see just a bloodbath right now.
It's possible.
Of CEP is coming down the field hard.
Well, now that's what we're going to see. If we don't see that, I would be very disappointed, because CEP now, we were just saying that they don't have any time to mess around. They have to push forward. So look for some aggression up the center. They may take the snake off the break. We haven't really seen a lot of big dynamic off the break moves on the D side of the field, the opposite side from the snake side, but we may see it right now.
Yeah, like right there on your screen, CEP, waiting out this long, it takes the winds out of sails, so to speak, when you're playing really hot and you're playing good, getting down the field. So, slowing down the momentum of Texas Storm right now is probably a good thing for the CEP team. We have a technical timeout, which is always nice when you're, kind of having a momentum thing against you, and you want to get a momentum back a little bit for CEP, and I think that's what might happen right here.
Well, during these timeouts, you're sitting there getting ready to go. You see these guys, they're pacing back and forth, and you want to spend as little time pondering all of the different variables as much as you can. I mean, you've already done that. Now you just want to stay focused and just think about your job, what you need to do with that particular game plan, with the little time that CEP has to make this work. And so the clock now starting to tick here. Before the start of this next point, got about 2 minutes to go. Confirmed kill leaders for Chattanooga CEP. Looks like Goldsmith, 7 confirmed kills for Robbie. Osvaldo has 5, Daniel Keene, 5 for him. And on the flip side, Justin Suarez is such a good pickup for Texas Storm, but we all expected that. I mean, Justin has definitely been around the block. Played for Dynasty, played for Infamous, spent his most recent years and seasons on the Los Angeles Ironmen. Things didn't work out with them, looked for a new home, and found it here in Texas Storm, and that move is definitely paying dividends for Texas Storm. It looks like Justin Chuck Sweezy Swartz has come to play here for World Cup.
Well, he has such heart, man. I mean, sometimes his heart is taken out of context and, as attitude or, not being a team player. And I think he's a team player. I think he's very, very emotional, and I think that gets the best of him sometimes.
Well, I talked to Ryan Gray about that. He's like, what? I want guys like that. I want guys that are going to go crazy every now and then. I like the fire. I want the spark plugs on my team because this is what you get sometimes. You get 10 kill games, and you get tournaments where they come in on fire, And so that's just one of those things that you're going to get out of Chuck Sweezy. And he's number 5, and it's interesting that they're having him play the snake. Justin has spent years playing on that Dorito side of the field, but he's been around so long. Of course, he can play any side of the field. It's just that his forte has been the D side for the decent amount of seasons here. So it's kind of cool to see him get here into the snake and actually get it done and be getting a bunch of kills for his team out of there.
Well, the reason why he's been able to play with all those top-level teams is because he's versatile. He came into the league, just as a front guy, run up to the front as fast as you can and kill. I mean, he even played with Legacy back in the day, the first few years of the NXL, 03, 04. And, all those guys on that team were just run to the front and kill people. That's all they knew. Just go.
That's all they knew, yeah.
Pedal to the metal all the time. When he started playing with Dynasty, he was able to get more time, with some seasoned veterans, players that were versatile, and he was really able to pick that up. And, we were able to use him as, that kid sent up to the front, go get kills. But, I mean, he's just a really crafty player, really has a good understanding for the game. And, the more experience he's gotten, the better he's gotten. And, it's paying dividends, like you said, right here for Texas Storm.
So here we go, split screen breakout. CEP on your left, Texas Storm on your right. Texas Storm, 3-point advantage, 6-3 is the score, 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go. And CEP air bunkers the center, tries to live off that move. It looks like he got clipped in the pack trying to do that. So 3 bodies come off early for CEP, and it is not looking good for them. Just 2 players left alive. They lose another one trying to get out wide on the snake side. And here comes Texas Storm, looking like they're going to take this game, take the victory against Chattanooga CEP. And as long as disaster doesn't strike, yeah, it looks like that is going to do it. So CEP, they did push aggressive, doing what they had to do to try to keep themselves in this match. But it didn't work out because Texas Storm had their off-the-break shots down and really starting to, Texas Storm looking good. And we saw the same thing in the last game when Royalty played DMG. Even though Royalty stumbled early on and, came out with 4 bodies for the first 2 points, as the game progressed, they were able to say, hey, look, we're the better team right now. And that is exactly what Texas Storm just did to CEP. So CEP Royalty in the Challengers division going to have to figure it out before their next games. And CEP is actually playing DMG next. And Royalty is going to play Top Gun. Those are going to be on the Challengers field. We're not going to be able to watch those on the webcast. But, man, here we go. We are about to start the Champion Division. First game there is going to be Houston Heat and Upton 187 crew, followed by San Diego Dynasty and Moscow Red Legion. Again, Moscow Red Legion without one of their captains, as Kirill Pridny completely tore his Achilles tendon, is going to be out for at least the next 5 to 6 months.
That even sounds painful.
Yeah, you were wincing yesterday when we were talking,
we were talking about
it.
it. Man, it's just the thought of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tore.
Yeah,
you know,
you've had some injuries and some surgeries, Todd. You can have experience with that sort of thing too.
And
but that's even worse than the major knee injuries you guys had.
It still gets to me. I just even thinking about it. And he's such a specimen. You know, he's in great shape. You know, it's just all the more reason that you guys got to take care of yourself. Stretch. You know, drink a lot of water, hydrate. You know, I mean,
keep conditioned.
And he's, you know, I guarantee you that he's still gonna be down there coaching in the pit. You know, putting forth 110%, just like he would on the field.
Well, it's also such a frustrating instance for Moscow to lose a guy like Kirill, who's an amazing player and has been for years and does work on that drill side of the field. But now, because Moscow has been rebuilding their squad, it's going to be up to some of those other guys to pick up that weight and start carrying it themselves. You know, Moscow, after having a pretty disastrous beginning of the season in another rebuilding year, finally able to get back up there. So let's check out the games we got for the rest of the day's competition as we begin the Champion League games. Houston Heat and Upton 187 crew about to throw down for you here next, and then Dynasty, Legion, Ironman 187 crew, Heat, Legion. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Here at Empire, we're players too, and we understand what you go through. That's why new for 2014, we're bringing you the Empire All-In Sponsorship Program. With gear packages available for all levels, the player now has more options than ever before. In addition to getting the best gear and paint at discounted rates, players will earn a bonus payout and paint contingency for winning their division. As if that's not enough, players will also receive pro player tips and tricks while walking the field, inclusive media coverage, customized jerseys, and VIP access. Take your game to the next level this season with the Empire All-In Sponsorship Program. Are you all in?
Welcome back. We are down here on the sidelines at World Cup. In case you missed it, Storm just beat CEP 7-3. I am here with Omid Azmuda.
Perfect.
It's a tough one. You guys didn't have exactly the showing you wanted in Riverside. What did you practice on coming to World Cup to make sure that you showed how good you are and possibly bumped up to the champions bracket?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, at Riverside, we got a lot of penalties, played real dumb. Closing games was a real struggle. So at practice over the last month, 2 months, all it's been is closing, making sure when we shoot that body off the break, there's no way we're going to lose that point.
All right, well, you're playing Top Gun later today, who was in the champions bracket in Riverside. What are you expecting from them, and what are you preparing to make sure you beat them?
We're 1-1 on the season against them. They play real slow paintball, real lockdown paintball. I think if we just play Texas Storm ball, make the paint handle real well, gun handle real well, and just attack, there's no way.
All right, well, up next is Heat versus 187. Who do you think's going to win?
Let's say 187, the underdogs.
All right, we'll see if the underdogs can take this win.
Love you, Mom.